All right, next overtime topic. Gravity, take it away.
Okay, so I want to soapbox about the playlist right now because this is absolutely. I don't know if you guys have played Exodus Conquest. I know Julian is a big Exodus Conquest guy. VonRuhm, are you a breakthrough guy or a conquest guy?
I was a breakthrough guy for most of the game, but anytime I got sick of it or whatever, Exodus was my go-to. And now because there's no air vehicles in breakthrough, Exodus is my go-to.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's the thing. I love Exodus Conquest because the maps play just so much better, right? In general. What I really can't stand, on top of the Exodus playlist coming and going every week or two, which is really bullshit, is the fact that when they release a new map, that map seems to gain precedence in the pool. Not only that, some of the other better remastered maps, like the new Renewal and the new Orbital, are gone. For some
Yeah.
reason, they just don't appear in Exodus Conquest anymore. And that drives me insane. You spent
Yeah.
all that time remastering the map, and now you're not putting it back in the game in the playlist. I don't want to
Right.
play the remastered Manifest 24/7. I don't want to play Eureka Harbor. I want to play Orbital, Renewal. I want variety. And if you
Correct.
force me to play the same bad map 100 times, I don't want to play your game, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah, it
So,
pisses me off.
and I don't even think the 64-man Spearhead is in that playlist anymore. So, why? Why
I think
take
it is.
I haven't. I played for
You're
8
unlucky.
hours the past 2 days in 2042, and I have not hit
That's
that
two
map.
maps right there, Gravity.
Just, it's ridiculous, and it's a terrible policy. It would behoove them, if they're going to keep the playlist like this, to at least create some sort of code that on a player basis said, if you just played a map, you cannot play that map again next. Like, just
Yeah.
eliminate it. And I don't care if it causes me to have another extra 2 or 3 minutes in queue time. I don't want to play the same map twice. If you're not going to give me server browser, give me that option, because it's
Yeah.
ridiculous, and I want to and add those maps back in. On top of that, it would not take too much effort to add more crap to El Alamein and Battle of the Bulge and throw them in the 64-player Conquest map. Like,
Yep.
remaster the maps. El Alamein is a terrible,
those,
huge map. Just throw more stuff in the desert and the mountains, and it's not going to be a bad map.
They really neglected those two.
The
didn't
Battle of the
they?
Bulge
Yeah.
can be a good 64-player map. You just got to remaster it and add more stuff. I don't care if it's World War II themed or not. Just you have the base of the map. It's the design is there. Just throw it in the pool and add a few things. You've got content off the wazoo just to add in, and it just drives me crazy that the map variety isn't there.
Yeah, a lot of people forget that those two maps, for when it comes to X's Conquest, completely neglected. Or like, oh, they have the Bad Company ones, they had the BF3 ones. Great. Never have I seen Battle of the Bulge or El Alamein at all. Never.
Yeah, and I get that people
they did
hate
with
El Alamein.
Rush, I think.
Yeah,
but
and I get that people hate El Alamein for a good reason, but that's largely because they were playing it in Portal with restricted weapons and things. If they, and the 3 flag map design does absolutely suck. It's awful, but the layout is there. You have a bunch of assets. Spend a month, throw 3 more flags in the desert, another one in the mountain pass, and call it a day. Like, you actually can create a map out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, there are vanilla maps basically in this game. Why not those, right?
Yeah.
Very neglected. Good point there, Grav. Okay. Anything else you guys want to add to that specific?
Oh, we were talking about
there?
the three maps per
yeah.
Oh,
per
okay,
launch.
right.
Yeah, I think that
dump or
I think dump them. I think historically it's been proven that the old method of the DLC packs, where you get 3 or 4 or 5, even 5 or 6 maps in BF1's case, maps at a time in a DLC pack, where you can constantly rotate between them, or have a DLC server that, hey, we're going to get 6 maps in a row. There's always something new. It keeps you engaged. It keeps players engaged. It keeps them from being burnt out and frustrated on the same map. If you release 1 map per month, that's fine, but there's still going to be a down period where people after 2 weeks are going to go, yeah, I'm bored of playing Manifest, Or yeah, I'm bored of playing Stranded. I'm gonna go off and play something else for 2 weeks.
Right.
Yeah. I
do
say
you
just
think?
No, I
dump
agree.
them.
I think in the future, even if it's post season 5, if they decide, all right, we're going to release more maps instead of just one, let's say they hypothetically did that, or even if it's just a future title, I feel like if they're going to do 3, I feel like there should be three aspects to focus on if they're going to do 3 maps. I think every season or whatever, I think it should be 1 industrial / open range. I feel like the second map should be a naval map. And then a third could be like a wild card, a mix of the two. It could be in a city, like a residential sort of area, like a Siege of Shanghai, things like that. And then a fourth map, a legacy map, where they bring back an older map every season.
You know
I feel
what?
like
You just nailed it. I think you are 100% right. They don't even need to be themed, really. I mean, themes are cool, but I think you absolutely nailed it. 1 close quarters infantry style map, 1 mixed vehicle infantry map, 1 heavy vehicle map, and 1 remastered map from the past Battlefield games.
Right.
I think that is the perfect thing that would keep people engaged. And once again, when we're talking about releasing DLC packs, we're not talking about releasing them every 2 or 3 months. We can go 4, 5, 6 months without extra maps. That's cool. But you have to give us those 4 packs at a time so we actually have variety in the meantime and something new. Because the biggest killer to a Battlefield game is stale map design. There's stale map variety.
Yep.
Yeah, and they've been doing this. They've been doing this variety thing, I believe, in this new live service that they're doing for BF5 and now. So what they've been doing is these different assignments that you can do, and then they kind of mix it up with specific maps that they want to feature, right? So I feel like they're doing that already, but now they can do that for DLC. And I really like this idea of VonRuhm of having a little bit for everyone instead of theme map, right? Where it's all like water or whatever, or jungle maps, that kind of stuff. Because I remember Marcus Leto was talking about this. Do you guys want more of the same setting of one map, same setting, or a variety? Remember he was talking about those different things, like because if it's a lot easier, you can have more maps, one setting, or do you want less maps and way more variety?
Yeah.
And I think the Twitter poll was overwhelmingly more maps, same setting. And I think because I should find my tweet on that because I think the way that I answered that was pretty nice.
Anything where it involves more maps for me, I'm taking it. Okay, I'm taking it.
And I feel like to keep players in, playing the game consistently between DLCs or between seasons is you're always gonna look forward to, like, well, what's that mystery map? What's that map from the past that they're gonna bring back that nobody knows? You know what I'm saying? Anticipation is key. Yeah, exactly. While simultaneously allowing them to play whatever, those 3 other maps that they've released.
Yeah, that's why.
It doesn't give them the load. It doesn't give them like a load too large to be able to produce.
It's it's like weekly television shows, dude. You tease it at the end of one episode. People have to wait a week, and there's more to talk about. But if you pump it all up or dump it all out like a Netflix program, where you can see the whole thing at once, you only have one hype moment, or maybe 2. When it first starts and when it ends.
To make it last.
Right? To make it last, they do the weekly thing to where there's more upticks, more clicks every week instead of just that one and then one at the end.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's more of an industry trend. So that's why I thought it would really work really well for these Battlefield seasons, even in 2042. It's kind of working for them because I'm actually looking forward to the remakes of the vanilla maps. There's something there, something significant, right? But if if they actually did made the game correctly at the beginning, we would have 3 of them, like sporadic, 3 in one season, and then just kind of keep that hype going throughout. So I'm down for that for the next game. or a dump like Gravity said. Like I'm all for that.
And I just want to say, like, once all the vanilla maps get remastered, that 128 Conquest balance is going to slap, because it'll be like, oh wow, we actually have something about a series of good maps that we haven't played in forever. Like, I don't play Hourglass. Unless it's occasionally on a breakthrough game. I don't play Breakaway unless it's occasionally on a breakthrough game. I haven't touched the 128 Hourglass or Breakaway or Manifest or I mean, it's just like, if I see the map in the pool, I back out of the server just because I don't want to play those. So getting a rotation where I can actually play in a 64 player server consistent, or 128 maps, is like, hey, that'll be really cool. It'll be something different that keep me interested for a while. But when you hit those maps you don't want to play because you just know they're all so awful, like, no, I'm not playing. I'm not playing that. I'm not going to click on that playlist. My original tweet, by the way, for that one was he asked about questions about locations which are expensive to build along with well-designed map variety. Would you prefer more maps with more variety from large to small layouts in fewer locations, or less variety in layouts but more unique locations? And the overwhelming tweets were because they're expensive to build new locations, you create a bunch of assets, you create like a city map or something like that, a city locale, and then you just kind of like build certain different pathing options and flag layouts and create different maps out of that. And that seemed to overwhelmingly take the map. Take the
Was it a poll?
It was not a poll, but just the responses here were pretty thin. Yeah. So yeah, it needs to. The cool thing about this is, if you go the route of releasing more maps, then a vanilla game should be launching more than 8 maps on launch. You should be, because if you're using the same assets, why not? If you've got them, use them. Launch 8 to 12 vanilla maps. And the cool thing is, when you launch with variety, even if they're in the same art style or something like that, some of those maps are going to be good. Some of those are going to be really good. So you're going to find the really good playable maps, and it's just going to increase player satisfaction if you've got a really solid couple set of maps that you can hold players off with while you build those new environments and get that DLC out.
Yep.
Hell yeah. All right. Well said. Let's wrap it up there. Again, thank you, VonRuhm, for joining us in this overtime special. You can't. It's only exclusive right here on YouTube. If you guys want to check out more of the main show, you can find it also on all podcast platforms such as Spotify. Please go rate and review on those so we can get through the algorithm on the podcast platforms. And hit us up on TikTok and area. All the links are right down there below. Go check them out. But yeah, the show's primarily on YouTube. Go subscribe, like. Don't forget to do that stuff. Again, VonRuhm's channels will be down below. Gravity's channels will be down below. Mine as well. We all stream Battlefield pretty much every day at this point. Again, happy holidays, everybody. And thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.